Good morning, dear students. Welcome to the English class. Myself Ramakrishna. So in this class of video today we are going to talk about first year intermediate question paper pattern. Before we going to talk about first year intermediate question paper pattern, so what are the changes that happens in intermediate? So as you are from 10th class question paper pattern is completely different from the intermediate question paper pattern. You had two papers in 10th class, paper 1 and paper 2. Now in our intermediate first year we have only one paper, that is for 100 marks. 100 marks, right? So these 100 marks are covered various lessons from prose and poetry and also non-detail. There are 5 prose lessons and 5 poetry lessons and also 5 lessons from the non-detail along with grammar topics, right? So now we talk about paper model of intermediate first year. This paper is for purely 100 marks. So what may be the paper model and how the questions will be asked in the intermediate first year paper model, right? So here the entire paper is all about 3 sections. That means there are 3 sections in this paper. So altogether there are 20 questions. There are 20 questions in all 3 sections. Now let us talk about section A. So what are the questions that are enclosed in the section A? See, the very first question under the section A is Roman number 1. Annotate any 2 of the following in 10 to 15 lines each. Annotate any 2 of the following in 10 to 15 lines each. So these are the annotations. So what do you mean by the word annotation? Annotation is nothing but so you need to write reference and context and explanation. That means you are given 2 lines from the prose lessons. Any 2 lines from the prose lessons. Out of 5 lessons you will be asked 2 lines and you need to identify from which lesson the 2 lines are given and what is the name of the lesson and from which context these lines are given. So these are the things that you need to write. The very first one is reference and second one is context and finally third one is explanation. So these 3 things are called annotations. So that means from prose lessons you are going to given 4 questions from the prose and you need to write any 2 annotations. So that means you are going to give 4 annotations from the prose lessons and you need to select any 2 questions which you like. Each question carries 4 marks. That means from the Roman number 1 you are going to get 8 marks. You are going to get 8 marks from the Roman number 1. Roman number 1 is all about 8 marks and Roman number 1 is all about annotations from the prose lessons. And you will be given 4 annotations from the prose lessons. Out of 4 annotation, you select any 2 annotation which you like most or which you prepared most. So each annotation carries 4 marks. Therefore 2 into 4 is equal to 8 marks. Okay, next. And let's move on to the Roman number 2. What is Roman number 2? Roman number 2 is also as same as Roman number 1. But this is also annotations. Roman number 2 is also an annotation. But this time these annotations will be asked from the poetry. So these annotations will be asked from the poetry. Again 4 annotations will be asked. So out of 4 annotation you can select any 2 annotations. You can select any 2 annotation. Here each annotation carries 4 marks. Totally 2 into 4 is equal to 8 marks. Now from both prose and poetry, from the annotation side, we are going to get 16 marks. That means 2 into 8 16 marks. Right. Now coming to the Roman number 3, under the Roman number 3, we are going to ask, we are going to be asked answer any two of the following questions in 10 to 15 lines each. This time you need to write answer for the questions. It is a question type, and you will be asked 4 questions from the prose this time, and again you need to write any 2 questions. This time each question is also carries 4 marks, that means 2 into 4 is equal to 8 marks. So, and Roman number 4 is also as same as Roman number 3. So this time questions will be asked from the poetry, and 4 questions will be given. See, 4 questions will be given. 4 questions will be given. Out of 4 questions, you can write any 2 questions, and each question carries 4 marks. Therefore, 2 into 4 is equal to 8 marks. So dear students, here one thing you can understand, that from both poetry and prose, you are going to get 32 marks from both annotations and question and answers. It is better you should have a thorough knowledge over all the prose and poetry lessons in order to cover 32 marks from the prose and poetry. Okay, so this is Roman number 1 and Roman number 2 and Roman number 3 and Roman number 4 are purely meant for prose and poetry lessons for both annotations and question and answers. Now, whereas when you go to the question number 5, that is Roman number 5, this Roman number 5 will be asked from the non-detailed lessons. So there are about 5 non-detailed lessons. Out of these 5 non-detailed lessons, you will be asked 3 questions. How many questions? 3 questions will be asked. So out of 3 questions, you can select any question which you prepared most or which you like most. So each question carries 1 mark. See, this is a very big question. It is not that much a big question, but you can write answers very easily. See, answer any one of the following questions in 13 lines each. So here the difference between the prose and poetry questions and non-detailed question is, you can write any prose and poetry question in 10 to 15 lines each. But whereas when it comes to the non-detailed question, you need to write that answer for in about 30 lines each. So this question is for 8 marks. 8 marks. That means 1 into 8 is equal to 8 marks. That means this is 8 marks question. So now under this section A, there are about 5 questions. That is Roman number 1, Roman number 2, Roman number 3, 4, and finally Roman number 5. So from all these 5 Roman numbers, how many marks that you are going to get is about 40 marks. 40 marks. See here, see 8, 8, 8, 8. Okay, 4 8s are 32 and 32 plus 8 is equal to 40. So from section A, you are going to get 40 marks. Now let us talk about section B. Now let us talk about section B, another section. So under the section B, you are going to be asked comprehension passages. What do you mean by the word comprehension? Comprehension is nothing but to understand something. So here what should be comprehension? Here you should understand the following passage. First you should go through the given passage very carefully, and then you should answer the questions which are given below the passage. That is nothing but comprehension passage, and these 2 comprehension passages are asked out of the textbook. That means you are not going to be asked these comprehension passages within the textbook. So we can also call them as unseen passages. 2 unseen passages will be given under section B, that is Roman number 6 and 7. So each question, each comprehension passage is for 5 marks. That means under this passage 5 questions will be asked. You need to attend all the 5 questions. There is no choice. You need to attend all the 5 questions. That means each question carries 1 mark. 5 into 1 is equal to 5 marks. So here comprehension passage Roman number 6 5 marks, and also Roman number 7 5 marks. Totally from section B you are going to get 10 marks. Okay, from section A 40 marks, section B 50 marks. So half of the paper so far is covered for 50 marks. Now let us talk about the section C. Okay, till now we talked about section A and section B, and this is section A and section C. Section B are writing part, and whereas when it comes to section C, it is purely grammar. This section C is all about grammar topics of various. Now let us talk about eighth question, eighth Roman under section C is, here see, fill in the blanks with A, N or the. So fill in the blanks with the suitable articles. You need to, I think 6 blanks will be given. So you need to fill up all the 6 blanks. Each blank carries half mark. That means 6 into half is equal to 3 marks. So you need to get 3 out of 3 from articles. Right, you need to have a thorough knowledge over the grammar topic articles. And Roman number 8 is all about articles. You should have a knowledge on question paper pattern. So if I ask you what is the question number 8, what is the question number 9 and what is the question number 5, you should say the question number 5 is, or question number 7 is, or question number 8 is, like that. You should have a thorough knowledge. When you have a thorough knowledge over all the questions, all the Roman numbers in the question paper, I promise you that you would get better marks in intermediate first year examination. So that the first Roman under the section C is, that is 8th question. Under 8th Roman you will be asked articles and 6 blanks will be given. You need to fill up all the 6 blanks with the suitable articles, either A, N or the, for 3 marks. Okay, now let's move on to the question number 9 under the section C, that is question number 9. Fill in the blanks with the suitable prepositions. This time under the question number 9 you will be asked prepositions. Prepositions are like in, at, on, beside, besides, from, for. So these are the prepositions. So there are types of prepositions. You need to know all kinds of prepositions, and you need to fill up the blanks with the suitable prepositions. So, and under this preposition you will be tested 6 blanks. You need to fill up all the 6 blanks. Each blanks again carries half mark. That means 6 into half is equal to 3 marks. That means for both question number 8 and question number 9 are for 3 marks respectively. Right, now let's move on to the question number 9 under section 3, that is all about C. Fill in the blanks with the suitable forms of the verb given in the brackets. Here we need to fill up. So this question number 10 is tenses. So from all the 12 tenses you will be tested 5 tenses. Whether the first tense may be simple present tense, or it might be simple future tense, or it is present perfect tense, or it might be present perfect continuations. You should have a thorough knowledge over all the 12 tenses to gain 5 marks from the tenses. That means 5 tenses will be given under the question number 10. 5 different tenses will be tested, and you need to write all the 5 tenses for 5 marks. That means each question carries 5 marks. Here 5 tenses will be tested. I once again repeat you, 5 tenses will be tested in 5 questions. Each tense or each question carries 1 mark. Totally from all tenses we get 5 marks. Okay, so once again question number 8 is articles, question number 9 is prepositions, and now question number 10 is tenses. Okay, question number 10 is tenses. Now let's move on to the question number 11. Question number 11, see, rewrite the following sentences as directed. This is very important question, and 5 different grammar topics. 5 different grammar topics will be tested under the question number 11. The very first grammar topic or the sentence is nothing but active and passive voice. You will be asked active and passive voice. So an active voice is given, and you need to change that active voice into the passive voice. And second one is reported speech. A direct speech is given, you should change the direct speech into the indirect speech. So under the Roman number 11, the very first question is active and passive voice. Under the Roman number 11, second question is reported speech, that is nothing but direct and indirect speech. And Roman number 11, third question is degrees of comparison. Degrees of comparison, positive degree, comparative degree and superlative degree. So comparative degree will be given, or positive degree will be given, or superlative degree will be given, and you need to change into the other degrees, right? So that is for 1 mark. And now question number 4 under the Roman number 11 is simple compound complex sentence. Simple compound complex sentence. A simple sentence is given, you need to change into the compound sentence, or you may be asked a compound sentence and you need to change it into the complex sentence, right? So the fourth question under Roman number 11 is simple compound complex sentence. And finally last question under Roman number 11 is question tag. Add suitable question tag for the following sentences. So totally 5 different grammar topics. Very first one is active and passive voice, second one is reported speech, and third one is degrees of comparison, and the fourth one is simple compound complex sentence, and the last question in the Roman number 11 is question tag. So 5 different grammar topics and 5 questions will be tested, and each question carries 1 mark, so that 5 into 1 is equal to 5 marks. Okay, I think you understand. Now let's move on to the question number 12. Question number 12, see, rewrite the following sentences correcting the underlined part. This is simply nothing but correction of sentences. So 5 sentences will be given. In all these 5 sentences we find one word is underlined. That means the underlined word is not correct. You need to correct the underlined word and rewrite the sentence. So that is nothing but a correction of sentences. And 5 correction of sentences will be given. You need to underline all 5 correction of sentences, and this is also for 5 marks. Each correction of sentence is for 1 marks. Totally 5 into 1 is equal to 5 marks. Okay, next and 13th question. 13th Roman, see, use any 3 following phrasal verbs in your own sentences. Use any 3 phrasal verbs, following any 3 phrasal verbs. That means you are going to be asked phrasal verbs. 6 phrasal verbs will be given. What is exactly the word phrasal verb is? Phrasal verb is nothing but a verb within the phrase is nothing but verb is phrasal verb. For example, make out, make and out. This is a small phrase. What is a verb in the make out? Make is a verb, out is a preposition. And you can say very easily that both combination of preposition and verb is nothing but phrasal verb. So you will be asked, that means you will be given 6 phrasal verb. Out of 6 phrasal verb, you can use any 3 phrasal verbs in your own sentence. Here you should not, you are not supposed to write the meaning of the phrasal verb. It is enough to write a sentence with using phrasal verb. That is okay. So this is for 3 marks here, and you need to write 3 sentences using given phrasal verb for 3 marks. Okay, now. And moving now to the 14th question, 14th Roman, see, identify the silent consonants or silent letter. See, in the following words. So you will be given here some words or 5 to 6 words. Out of 5 to 6 words, you need to identify silent letters or a silent consonant letter, and you just get to 3 marks from this question. This is 6 questions will be given. You need to I think 10 words will be given. Out of 10 words, you can identify the silent letters out of 6 words. So 6 into of is equal to 3 marks. Now let's move on and talk about question number 15. Now Roman number 15 is identify the parts of speech of the underlined words. So this is another grammar topic, parts of speech. Parts of speech is tested under question number 15, section C. So here any 6 words, 6 sentences will be given. All these 6 sentences are underlined a particular word. You need to identify what exactly the word is and what is the parts of speech of that particular underlined word, whether it is a verb, adjective, preposition, conjunction or interjection, like that. You need to identify the parts of speech of the underlined words. So these parts of speech is for 3 marks. That means you need to identify, you need to say the parts of speech of the underlined word in 6 sentences. 6 into of is equal to 3 marks. Parts of speech is for 3 marks. Question number 15, parts of speech. Remember this point, question number 15 is parts of speech and parts of speech is for 3 marks. Now let's move on to the question number 7, question number 17. Question number 16, match the words in column A with their meanings in column B. This is matching. So some words will be given and their meanings also will be given in column B, and you need to match the word with their meaning in column B, and this is for 3 marks, right? And now question number 17 is, see, this is a creative writing, and see, convert the following table into the paragraph. A table is given, or a bar graph may be given, or a flowchart may be given, or sometimes a paragraph may be given. Okay, when the paragraph is given, you are going to be asked to change the following paragraph into the table. That means whatever the information, whatever the content that is presented in the paragraph, you should convert this content or information which is given in the paragraph into the table or into the pie chart. Sometimes you will be given a pie chart with good information, with good content. The content or information in the pie chart will be converted into the paragraph. Okay, so this is both sides. A paragraph will be given, a paragraph will be converted into the pie chart, or a pie chart may be given, the information in the pie chart may be converted into the paragraph. So you can be asked in 2 ways. That is Roman number 17, and this question is for 5 marks. You need to write only one question, and that question is for 5 marks. Now Roman number 18 is, read the following transcriptions and write the 5 words in ordinary spellings. So this is phonetic transcription. Phonetic transcription, and there is a phonetic language with 44 letters and 44 sounds. Okay, so some phonetic transcriptions will be given. You need to identify what exactly the spelling of that particular phonetic transcription in English. So this is a slight difficult, and there is an alternative and there is a choice for this question number 18, and the choice is identify the odd sound. 3 words will be given. So out of 3 words, 1 is spelled differently or 1 is pronounced differently. You need to identify the different sound out of the 3 words, and you need to write it aside. So 5 words are, each 3 words are given in each question, and 5 into 3 words are given. Totally 15 words are given. Out of these 15 words, you need to identify different pronounced sound. That is for 5 marks, and this is very easy to pick up the odd sound or the different sound, the different word from all these 15, and this question is purely for 5 marks. Now let's move on to the question number 19. Question number 19 is, write the numbers of the syllables for any 6 of the following words. You will be given 10 words, and you need to write syllables. Syllable in the sense the complete sound, both the consonant and vowel. The sound of the words should be written. For example, if you take college, there are 2 syllables, 2 syllables. It is a disyllabic word. If the word has one syllable, it is a monosyllabic word. If the word has three syllables, that is a trisyllabic word. If the word has four syllables, that is a tetrasyllabic word. Or if the word has many syllables, that is nothing but a polysyllabic word. That is how you need to identify the syllables in the words. How many syllables are there in a particular word? You need to count the syllables and write it is a monosyllabic word, or it is a disyllabic word, or it is a trisyllabic word, or it is a tetrasyllabic word, or a polysyllabic word. And this question is for 3 marks. So you need to identify syllables for any 6 words. 6 into of is equal to 3 marks. And finally, the very last question is 20th Roman number, and 20th question is complete the following dialogue. A dialogue is given, but a dialogue is incomplete. The incompleted dialogue is given, or incompleted conversation will be given, and you need to identify, you need to write the blanks which are given in the dialogue or a conversation. And this question is for 4 marks. This is the last question of the first year English paper, and this question is for 4 marks. That means speaker dialogue is given, but listener dialogue is in pending. Then you need to identify what may be the answer from the listener is. You should write the answer. And sometimes a listener dialogue is given and speaker dialogue is in pending. Now you need to identify what may be the speaker's dialogue is, and then write the speaker's dialogue in given blanks. So this is all about first year intermediate English paper. I hope you understand. And my dear students, if you have a knowledge over all these 20 questions and all these 3 sections, definitely I am sure that there is a great chance for you to score maximum marks from the intermediate English first year. Thank you all of you. Thank you. And if you have a textbooks of first year, you go through some passages. Some paragraphs are given after every lesson from both prose and poetry side. Thank you all of you. Thank you very much.